Peter Brock on pole with slick tyres on a wet racetrack. He believes the track will come in after 3. Bow alongside him, set to go. Off the line, Bow gets there, but Crompton down the outside, 3 wide. But he's got to try and make it into the first turn. Can he do it? Yes, he does. Neil Crompton and the Coke Commodore leaves them all standing still as he leads it down into the first left-hander. A brilliant start from him.
Absolutely fabulous start for the Coke car, and he's got about 4 car lengths on them out of the first horseshoe.
Well, we saw him rocket off the line in the dash for cash earlier today, but that was even better. What a stunning performance off the line from Crompton and the Coca-Cola Commodore. He's got a... look at the distance he's got him as he comes through in first position. There's the rest of the pack.
And look at Brock. Brock has been hung out to dry on the slicks, and Dick Johnson is also up very, very quickly indeed. So too, coming through the field, as you can see there, John Bow, though, has made a brilliant start. And look at Mark Scaife coming up into it as well. Brock on the inside. Now he gets caught coming out of that turn, and John Bow gets down the inside of him. Larry Perkins is there as well, and so too the 2 Peter Jackson cars of Alan Jones and Glenn Seaton.
It's going to be a fascinating contest as they sort out their tyres. All these cars are all sorts of different tyres. They're hoping on the weather conditions. But Crompton now on intermediate tyres. He's got a pretty good tyre choice for the track conditions as they come down to Bridgestone Corner for the first time.
Look at Scaife. Scaife is the huge mover in this field. He started out of the top 9. He was quick yesterday, but it didn't go together in the dry in the last couple of laps of the race. He's made a brilliant start. Crompton leads them across the line. Glenn Seaton runs in second. John Bow is third, followed by Larry Perkins. Mark Scaife. Wayne Gardner is next, followed then by Alan Jones, Peter Brock, and then it's Jimmy Richards.
Well, we heard Brock say that he elected to stay on slicks. It's a brave move, but if this track dries out, don't worry about 05 coming back through the field. Larry Perkins on a full set of wets, and obviously quite happy with his car control, but John Bow holding a nice second spot at the moment.
Well, he will for a while, and I guess while Everett stays damp, they're in this, and they're going to make life miserable for Brock. But as you said, Alan, when that changes and it starts to lighten up and we see that dry line start to emerge, the man at the moment is the man in front. That's Neil Crompton, but gaining on him, hand over fist at the end of the back straight, is Glenn Seaton and the number 1 Peter Jackson car. And if anyone needs a win here today to stay alive in the championship and the chase after Mark Scaife, it's Glenn Seaton carrying out to his 1,000 race count.
Well, here we see him shadowing Crompton. He's coming in onto the left. He wants to sweep on the inside, dart underneath Crompton here through the S's, but Neil's showing him his tail.
Well, the range backed off. He's still got the wiper going. That's more for the spray coming off Crompton's car. The track is drying out. Keep in mind, Crompton's on an intermediate tyre. Seaton's on a groove slick, and Seaton's got the slightly harder tyre. So if it continues to stay dry, Crompton's going to have a disadvantage.
Brock dropping back through the pack now to the hands of the Ampol Max 3 Commodore as Glenn Seaton feints one down the outside and leans in hard to the turn. What a move from Glenn Seaton. Coming out of that turn, down past the pit straight into the right-hander.
And here we go, getting himself positioned for the back straight. He's going to blitz his way down there now and take a commanding lead here away from Neil Crompton. But a fabulous start from Crompton. Let's give him a pat on the back for that. That was a super start.
Don't see him any better than that. Look at this, the track really drying out now. The wind, gusty wind blowing across the Mallala plain here. Crompton gets shuffled back to second position, and gaining on pretty rapidly is Johnny Bow.
There's the gap, then back to Crompton. The next we mentioned was John Bow. Larry Perkins goes in there. Alan Jones is the next one, followed by Mark Scaife, so he's picked up 1.
Yep. Aggressive move by Jones under brakes.
It was a good move at the end of the straight. Now the sweeper is lightning Larry, and the Castrol Commodore hangs there, and Jones working away, comes down on the inside of him under brakes.
He's got him. And now the right-hander on the approach to the S's. Jones elected to take groove slicks. That's the ordinary race tire with just a few hand-grooved lines to give it a bit of water drainage.
It's been a real lottery here today, Alan. These changeable weather conditions. Scaife comes down the inside of Larry Perkins. They're side by side. Larry doesn't give up real estate too easily.
He had to back out that time, otherwise the number 2 car was going to be all over the front of the Castrol Commodore. But Mark is carrying on, pursuing his lunch towards the leaders. These guys haven't got it set up in front as John Bow comes up. Alan Jones, though, moving strongly in the 30 car as they exit that turn. So Jones is on the move, and the PJ team looking for a 1 and 2 in this first touring car heat with conditions that change lap after lap.
Well, certainly the Bridgestone boys on the Peter Jackson cars have come up with a nice combination that is working well in these conditions. If it does rain again, no, there are still a couple of cars out there that can come back into the play.
Skate sneaks through onto Johnny Bowers. They come into Goodyear once again.
They've only got 21 laps for this race. We thought the track may have even dried a little more than it has at the moment. It needs to for Brock to come back into the picture, because old Peter Perfect looks like he selected reverse at one stage. He went back so deep into the pack, but he's starting to make a move. As
Lansvale and Protect, Chris Mearden from Adelaide.
Chris Mearden's gone off, and also the Trevor Ashby, Steve Reed, Lansvale Smash Repairs, Dulux Auto Colour. You've got to take a breath between that one.
Now Crompton coming under fire from Alan Jones.
And it's Brock who is now starting to make his move deep in the pack.
Lap time starting to fall. Seaton setting the pace. He's brought it down from 19.18 now to 1:16.4. So the track definitely getting dry. And look at that tyre rubbing on the Lansvale Smash Repairs car.
He's not going anywhere.
Alan Jones, just as we speak, takes Crompton.
PJ team 1 and 2. The forwards in front and dictating the pace. Back and forth is Mark Scaife. He'll be moving up on the tail of Crompton shortly.
Oh, look at Seaton right on the limit there, very busy at the wheel. The Peter Jackson Ford, you can see it drifting through that 200 mile per hour sweeper.
Looked good, didn't it? Really did.
So Alan Jones, has taken Crompton. So Crompton now the third.
Gee, they're hard on the brakes into that turn. Then it's tear off to the right, and then this sweeper back to the left brings them down the back straight. They're really hauling the mail down there into a very tight stop-go corner, basically at the end of the straight.
Yeah, second gear here for sure, Mike.
Scaife just gobbling up Crompton's car. And I'd say Neil fairly struggling on the tyres he picked. Scaife, another one of the bold guys to go on intermediates, but his Yokohama's seem to be performing pretty well here as he gobbles up Crompton.
They needed to gobble him up before this set of turns. Crompton hugs the inside line here. Gets out of the turn okay, but he'll leave a gap open perhaps here on the right-hand side, and that's exactly where Scaife is headed at this moment to try and see if he can get him under brakes. Here he comes, deep, deep and deeper into the turn on the brakes. Watch the inside rear.
Very, very soft suspension on the Winfield car. Mark Scaife has got some real squat. You see on the back of the car practically touching the tops of the rear tires, but it gives him some real squirt out of the corners.
Looks like Jimmy Richards has also taken John Bow as Wayne Gardner, showing our Triple M race cam having a scrap there with Wayne Gardner, and also going through looks like Tony Longhurst in the Benson and Hedges Commodore.
As Tony qualified 7th yesterday, one of his best finishes in the championship so far, and up here giving people something to think about this afternoon. Ooh, slippery rain again.
The interesting thing is that